Today, I'm going to take you through some amazing low back effective stretches and mobility work that will help you relieve any form of back pain or tightness that you may be experiencing. I don't know about you, but this lockdown has really got to me in the sense of that I can't run every day. I'm a runner and it's one of my absolute and most amazing passions. However, I've had to change my training regime purely because of the rules that we have been given. So I'm quite tight right down into my lower back, going down into my lower limbs, and because of that I want to go through a little bit of a stretching mobility regime that will help me feel better, and I'm going to share it with you because I hope that it will help you feel better as well. Okay, we're going to start lying on our tummies. I hope you have a comfortable mat that you can lie on. We're going to extend our arms overhead, and then from here I want you just to get that neck in neutral, and you're slowly going to bring your arms up next to you, and you're just going to hold here for 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and extending forward again. And you're going to go back up one more time. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. From here, you're going to place your hands just outside of your mat, and then you're slowly going to extend up, and you're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bending back down, and 3, 2, 1, and up, and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly back down. We're going to do one of those, and up and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. From here, we're going to turn onto our all fours, and you're slowly going to lean your glutes down onto your heels, extending your arms out. I want you to imagine there's a rope around your wrist, and it's pulling your arms, almost distracting your shoulders out their joints. You're going to push your shoulders down into the ground, and you're going to hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and you're slowly going to walk your hands over towards your left hand side. As you're walking, you're pushing your ribs towards the side and extending that right arm out towards the wall in front of you, and that rope is still pulling. You're going to push your arms down onto the floor, those shoulder joints, and deep breath in, and slowly walking over towards the other side, and same thing. Imagine that rope pulling your left hand all the way to the opposite corner and pushing that left shoulder joint down into the ground and pushing those ribs out to the wall next to you. And inhale and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly back to the center. We're going to hold back in the center for 5 more seconds, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, slowly leaning into an all fours position. Keeping that core, I want you to try and activate that core, so it's that feeling like you're laughing or coughing, sucking in that pelvic floor, wrists below shoulders, knees below hips. You are slowly going to tuck in your pelvis. You're going to roll it in, and as you roll in, you're pushing your back up towards the ceiling, and then you're going to breathe in, and slowly while you're breathing out, you're rotating that pelvis back to neutral and pushing your head up and opening that chest, squeezing your shoulder blades together, and back, neck back in neutral, and tucking in that pelvis, pushing your spine up towards the ceiling, and back to neutral, and lifting up. And we're going to do one more of these, neck back to neutral, tucking in that pelvis and pushing up, and back to neutral, that pelvis, and opening that chest. From here, you're going to take your right leg and place it next to your right hand. In this position, that movement of the pelvis is very important. I want you to push that groin down into the ground, so you're almost leaning into that front leg, and then you're rotating, pushing your groin into the ground and rotating your pelvis in. From here, you're slowly going to follow that hand up towards the ceiling and hold. While you're here, you are going to push that pelvis more into the ground and almost rotate that right knee outwards. And inhale, and on the exhale, you're slowly going to lean forward and stretch towards the wall in front of you, and slowly back. That's 1. And stretching forward, we're going to do 5, 2, 3, 4. You're following your hand with your neck to get some mobility into that neck. 5. And slowly back, dropping that arm down, taking that right foot back and that left foot, placing it next to that right one. External or outward rotation of that knee, and pushing that groin into the ground and opening the right hand towards the ceiling and holding, following with your neck and eyes, looking at that hand. 3, 2, and rolling over and stretching forward and slowly back. That's 1. And exhale forward and inhale back. 2, and reaching. 3, following with that hand. 2 more. While you're doing it, keeping that groin pushing towards downwards and slightly sideways, getting a stretch into that groin and also into that side of your body. And we're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly rolling down, bringing that leg back into an all fours position. We're slowly going to take our right knee and place it in a 90-degree angle in front of us, and then we're going to bend that left knee into a 90-degree angle behind us. You're slowly going to take your arms forward, placing them comfortably on either side of your foot and knee, and you're going to lean that chest down, and you're going to hold. Deep breaths as we're holding. Keep holding. Just allow that tightness around the pelvic area just to loosen up, and falling into that position. Keep holding for another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're slowly going to sit back up, and from here we're going to take our right hand and place it next to our right glute, and we're going to rotate that pelvis inward. So imagine that pubic bone coming up towards your chin and just falling. The other hand you can just place on your left leg, and you're just going to allow yourself to fall into that stretch. You should feel a light little pulling into your left hip area now. Just holding, you're not forcing anything, you're just falling into that movement, and you're going to hold. Keep holding. And inhale and exhale, trying to keep good posture while you're doing so, keeping that 90 degrees and holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're slowly going to take your left leg and you're going to place your left leg in the front. We're going to do the exact same movement in the opposite, with the opposite movements, with the opposite legs. You're slowly going to lean your hands over your front part of your left leg, and you're just going to hold. allowing that stretch to move. You're not forcing anything. If you're not feeling anything, you can just rotate that pelvis, that tailbone outwards. Otherwise, just allow that stretch to loosen up around that area. Keep holding, and inhale and exhale, and we're going to hold for another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and inhale, and slowly coming back, rotating that pubic bone up towards the chin, placing that left hand next to your left glute, leaning in, keeping that posture, resting your other hand on your leg, and you're just going to fall into that movement, allowing that pelvis to release as you're relaxing, breathing in and exhale and inhale. You should be getting a little pull over here, or depending on where you're feeling the tightest, into that groin area. And let's hold for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. From here, you're going to slowly, taking care not to do sudden movements, you're going to bring your knees together, and you're just going to roll yourself down onto the floor, back onto the mat. You're going to place your hands in a T position, and you're going to rock your knees from side to side. And while you're doing this, I want you to keep your shoulders on the floor, palms are facing the ceiling, and you're just allowing the movement from side to side into a light stretch into that lower back. Let's do 2 more after this one, and 1 and 2. From here, we're going to place our feet slightly larger than shoulder width apart. This one, I still want slight activation of the core. Your feet are a little bit wider than those shoulders, and you're slowly going to rock your knees from side to side. Try and get those knees onto the floor, but if you can't, don't force it. You're just going to allow a light little push to allow that light stretch into that pelvic area and lower back, while still maintaining good mobility and fluid movement. Let's do 2 more after this one, and 1 and 2. From here, you're going to bring your knees back together, and you are slowly going to fold them over towards your right hand side, allow them to fall, and you're going to place, so in this movement, I want your knees to be in line with your hips at a 90-degree angle, and then your hips to be in line with your shoulders, and then your knees to be in line with your ankles. Okay, arms in front of you. You're going to stretch forward and follow your hand with your eyes to open that chest, and you are keeping your shoulders, elbows, and wrists all in line, and you're going as far as what your shoulder can go, leaning over to the side, and you're going to hold and inhale. On the exhale, slowly rolling over, and we're going to do 3 more of these. That's 1. Pushing that shoulder down into the ground, keeping that hip. I don't want it to fall back. I need it to stay up towards the ceiling. You want to almost forcing it, but not over forcing it, but keeping it forward while that upper part of your back rotates towards the floor. Let's do one more. And deep breath in and exhale back. You're going to turn over to do the same thing on the other side. So remember the cues that I taught you. Shoulders and hips in line with each other. Hips and knees at a 90-degree angle, also in line with each other. Knees and ankles in line with each other. Hands straight. And you're leaning forward to open that chest, following that hand to allow that shoulder to fall onto the ground. And making sure that the shoulders, elbows and wrists stay aligned. And we're going to do 3 more of these. Go slowly and controlled. You want to allow your vertebra to slowly unlock as you're moving. To open, inhale and exhale, slowly rolling over. Just allowing one vertebra at a time to loosen up and unlock, following with your eyes. We've got 2 more left. Deep breath in and exhale, rotate. Don't strain, I don't want anything forcing. You're just allowing that fluid movement. And last one, and over and stretching. And you're gonna hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly leaning forward. And from here, we're just gonna get back into a light little lunge position. In this position, you're going to tuck that pubic bone under your chin. You're squeezing your right glute, and you're just going to lean forward in towards that front knee. You're going to extend that right arm, pushing those hips forward. As you're pushing forward, I want you to emphasize that pelvis tucking in under your chin, that pubic bone, tucking in under that chin, and leaning in towards the wall in front of you. And you're just going to hold and lean towards, laterally towards your left hand side. Imagine there's a rope on that wrist and it's pulling you over, and you're just going to hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and you're going to lean forward and back, and we're just going to do 6 of these. And 1, 2, and 3, and 4, 5, and 6. And slowly reaching and rotating back to swap legs. Placing left leg at the back, right leg in front. Remember my cues, making sure everything is comfortably aligned, tucking in that pubic bone under your chin, leaning slightly forward, activating that left glute. And you're going to slowly stretch towards the ceiling and lean over towards your right hand side. And you're being pulled over, pushing that front left part of your hip forward while tucking in that pubic bone. And you're going to hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Leaning forward and slowly back. That's 1. And as you're leaning forward, you're emphasizing that movement of that pelvis. So you're tucking it in while still pushing that hip forward. That's 2. And 3, still leaning over, allowing a stretch into that side part of your body. 4, 2 more. and 5 and 6, and stretching round into a circular motion and leaning back onto your knees. Last one, we are going to stretch out those glutes. So we're going to get into an all fours position, extending that knee out and going across midline, leaning into that glute, and you're slowly going to just rock, using your other leg to rock backwards and forwards. Let's do 6 of these. So we have 3 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And slowly leaning back over, bending that left knee, straightening that right knee, crossing midline, and leaning into that left glute, and allowing yourself to rock into that left glute using your right foot. As you can see, my right foot is pushing myself backwards and forwards. Let's do 3 more. And 1, and 2, and 3, and over back to center, bending that knee in and slowly leaning back, rounding it back and pushing up towards your spine, up towards the ceiling, while pushing your shoulders down towards the floor. And we're going to hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. I think I'm ready for another HIIT workout or Pilates class or something to keep me occupied. If you like these exercises and these mobility stretches, please subscribe to our channel so you can get more like this. And if you're wanting any more types of other stretches, please comment in the section below, and I look forward to helping you in the next video. Here's to a life full of zest.